Hello, everyone who's watching. I figured I'd have a little fun, especially since this is my first video. So, yeah, this video is going to be just me playing 20XX, a quote-unquote Mega Man based roguelite. From what I've from what I've read in the reviews about the game. I've played it a lot myself, but this is my first time ever recording it. So, and to top it all off, I used to play it on controller, but recently my controller stopped working, so I'll be using PC controls. I'll be honest, it'd be a lot easier for me to show you guys how it plays rather than just talking about it, so let's get into it. From what I currently know, this game has 3 playable characters: Nina, Hawk, and Ace. As of right now, I'm playing as Nina, if I remember correctly. Now I just gotta remember what my controls were. Really quickly, I'm just gonna review them. Here we go. Primary attack. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, I think I may want to swap some of my controls. Wait, whoops. I'm sorry guys, this is... crap. This isn't necessarily my first time playing the game, but this is the first time I'm going to be recording myself playing with PC controls, so forgive me if I don't play very well. Just give me a second to get used to the controls. Oh, that's why I said it. Okay, that's why. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Now I remember why I set it to K instead of a different button. Yeah, my control scheme is quite weird compared to most people, so please bear with me on this. So yeah, as of right now, I do not have the DLC for Hawk, but I can display what each of the characters do without any power-ups. So as you can see right now, I'm playing as Nina. This is her capsule right here. She's basically if you can think of this in Mega Man X terms, she is Mega Man X on default, but with the dash attack, so you could think of her as Mega Man X from X2 or 3 if you've heard of those games. Standard 3-shot combo, but instead of having 3 charge levels, she only has 1, well, 2 charge levels, she only has 1 by default. Has a dash, decent health, mostly jump and shoot gameplay. Ace, on the other hand, is the close combat of the two. For those of you who are Mega Man X fans, or Mega Man Zero fans, he's Zero without the Buster. He's a favorite of the speedrun of this game. That's what I know from what I've seen. Because most of the speedrun records I've seen in this game are with Ace. I've only seen 1 or 2 with Nina, and I bet now that Hawk is out, most of the speedrun records are going to be held by either Ace or Hawk. Simply because of the fact that Ace generally does more damage with his beams, with his beam weaponry, rather than Nina with her, I don't want to say laser tech, because they're not necessarily lasers that she fires, but in any case, I prefer to play as Nina, simply because I'm more used to jump and shoot. But yeah, this is the hub menu. And I figured, why not? May as well replay the tutorial for those who are seeing this game for the first time. Simple enough. Left and right, moving. Space to jump, PC. On Xbox controllers, it's probably just going to be left stick or directional left and right, with A button is jump. Quick tapping of space gives you a short jump. Ow. Failing on the tutorial stage. What's wrong with me? Oh, speaking of me, you guys can call me Yuki for now. I know it seems kind of boring of me to do this, but I myself am trying to get used to the controls again. Holding the spacebar down gives you a bit of a longer jump or a higher jump. The game says F to dash, but I set it to my right shift. That way I can jump easier. I'm dead. Okay. Now combining the jump, dash, and movement abilities, I'm gonna see if I can make my way over these platforms here, because I noticed them when I first played the game, but I never really knew what they were for. Okay, they don't lead to anything. I remember doing that. I remember running up these platforms before and finding something that's like an Easter egg where the scientists of the game make fun of the player for exploring areas that are completely unnecessary. I just don't remember how to get up there. But yeah, a lot of the movement in this game is going to be wall jumping and dash jumping. Ah! Oh man, I haven't played this in so long. I'm screwing up badly. And yeah, I think I have to get back into that box. One neat little trick that I remember from this game is that you can hold the dash button rather than having to press it every time you jump. So that when you jump, it automatically becomes a dash jump. Some players like to do that, some players like to just press the dash button each time because it helps them get their bearings. Here we go. This is the little Easter egg I was talking about. These scientists often refer to Nina, Ace, and Hawk as it. I hate that, but hey, what can you do? Yeah, these are the scientists I'm talking about, and this is the little Easter egg I was talking about, where you can climb up to them in the tutorial area and find them, and they'll make a little comment about how you're exploring off course. But anyway, continuing with the tutorial. Yeah, dash and space, dash jump. And like I had said before, you can hold the dash button down in order to do a dash jump without having to actually physically dash. You'll know you did a dash jump when you see the character's signature color blurring behind them, as you see here. Normally the dash causes the blur, but by holding the dash button down and jumping, you can get a bigger jump and still have that blur occur. That blur is a sort of an indicator that you have the dash still held while jumping and moving. For those of you that didn't catch that, it's to drop through a platform, it's down in space. The game's controls have the shot button as D, but I have it as K simply because I'm used to Mega Man X. Specifically the remake on PC, not PC, PSP, sorry. What I just destroyed is sort of like a boss power-up box, excuse me. Or rather a boss treasure. See how the game demonstrates the charge shot? That's what I use to destroy those enemies. This, I think, is a boss power for later on. I'm gonna see if I can give it a try. Different bosses, just like in Mega Man X, different bosses get different power-ups. Ow! There you go. That's what that is. It's a lot like the Metal Blade from Mega Man... I think it was Mega Man 1 or Mega Man 2. Not X series, the original Mega Man. Oh, yeah, if you explore the levels throughout 20XX, there's chances you'll find gold and quote-unquote gold and diamond boxes. They'll give you random items such as this. A skittery smuggler. In the game, it's described as an animal, not really an animal, but like, it's a supportive item that collects nuts, which are the in-game currency. And if it collects enough, it'll explode and generate more items for you to pick up. This is how a boss fight will look like. Those two doors and then a boss introduction. Oh. When you're fighting a boss, you can usually land up to 3 hits total. Ow. Keep taking hits. So if you're heavy, if you are button heavy in terms of spamming, it helps in a way, but it's not. I don't recommend it, honestly. Oh wow, I made it out with less than half health. That's no good. Okay, since I don't really have much to spend, let's see, do I have any abilities from the last time I played? I don't. That sucks. Okay. I'll explain everything later on, but for now, let's just get into the gameplay. Now this game has 3 different modes, obviously difficulties. This mode, as you can see, offers 3 extra lives, but you can't really get any achievements for it. And it makes the game a little easier. This is I think 1 life and normal. On this mode, you have the option to add on skull modifiers, which for those of you who've played Halo Reach are pretty much similar to that. I can show you them, but I'm not going to play through them. See, these are the quote-unquote skulls. Things that make the levels longer, give you a terrible time by making you vulnerable to anything. Like, any pitfall kills you instantly. Damage from hazards is ×4. More enemies spawn, stuff like that. A number of these seem like references in my opinion. Especially this. Because you can see the Fox and Final Destination. And it's literally Final Destination, no items, Fox only. With a nice little nod to Super Smash Bros. Melee. But it probably means in this game that you won't get any item pickups like that little helping bot that I had in the tutorial. But if you get the games for yourselves, you can look at these in more detail. So, for now I'm just gonna play on normal mode. Here's hoping I don't die in the first few bosses. Oh, perforator, okay. See, normally these two boxes would not appear this early in the game. Now this is I'm pretty sure it's obvious from what you can see, but it's a split shot. I call it a split shot, it probably isn't. That's probably not what it's called at all. But what this does is it splits Nina's shots into 3. It does divide the damage over 3 different pellets, but in my opinion, it helps. Simply because the damage reduction isn't really all that bad. And it's a lot easier for me to jump and shoot without having to have much of a problem aiming. Plus it equals extra damage if you're up close and personal. I'm sorry if there are long pauses of silence. I'm not really much into talking when playing the game. Although I do hope to deliver videos of good quality gameplay out. As much as I can, whenever I can, but as of right now, I don't know when I can record again. So I'll record as much as I can now. Ugh. I should start explaining these armor pieces now, actually, now that I think about it. Right now, what I have is the Dracopin's Pride. In the game, there are, I believe, 4 different armor sets that you can equip to all 3 characters, Nina, Ace, and Hawk. Each armor set has different bonuses. Mixing and matching them has its own perks, but completing a whole set gives the character a different boost. I don't remember all of them, but as of right now, the one I can remember is Dracopin's armor set. What that does is it supercharges every single shot or swing that you use that you execute depending on which character you're playing as. So for Nina, if you have the full Dracopin armor set, you'll be firing these shots, like fully charged shots, continuously as if they were normal shots. Each set's piece has a different ability. The Dracopin's has a double jump. But as of right now, I only have lifesteal, which is I regain a little health on an enemy kill, but that's not very common. Well, as to this boss, you can already see how it operates. I don't know if you can, but looking at the entire screen, you'll see how the stage, not really a stage, but the boss's room is set up like a little grid. If you pay attention, you'll see different corners or intersections of the grid light up like that, and wherever it lights up, that's where the boss will go. Oh shoot, forgot to mention that there is a bonus for completing the stage within a certain amount of time, and that bonus is about to run out on me. I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh! There we go. Just barely got it. See, each time you beat a boss, they give you one item. Sometimes if you have the right power-ups later on in the game, you can get more than one. But this is one of the best items, in my opinion, where with every level you start, you regain 2 pieces of HP. And after every boss fight, you're given the choice of either the boss's power-up, extra game currency, or another item. In my case, I also get a fourth option because of the item box that I unlocked with the speed clear bonus. And after each level, these two scientists will appear with funny little comments once in a while, depending on your gameplay. Ooh, I don't think I want that item. It's literally what it is, what the name says. If you've played the Mega Man games where Proto Man is a playable character, this is probably a reference to him, and it is what it is, a glass cannon. You gain a damage boost, but you lose a bit of your health. And just like in the Mega Man and Mega Man X games, every boss has a weakness. If I remember, this weapon is strong against the boss named Kur, K-U-R. Let me see if he's available at the end. Because after each level, you're given a save point, some soul chips, and 3 bosses to choose from to challenge next. What I usually do is try to get this boss, this one right here with the wings, as well as the boss that I just mentioned named Kur, out of the way, because in my opinion, those two are the most challenging in terms of platforming. For now, I think I'll just go with the extra currency and take the glass cannon with me, because that just sets me back to the default amount of health, I think. I may be wrong. It could be reducing my health. Well, it does reduce my health, but I don't think it reduces it back to default health. I'll explain why I say default health, and I'll explain how my health isn't exactly at the default setting later on. But for now, more gameplay, because I know that a lot of people aren't very patient in terms of watching video game videos. Oof. When you see an enemy glowing like that, it means that they'll drop soul chips. Soul chips are these items that you can get in the game from these glowing enemies, and they'll allow you to buy items from the item shop from that hub world that you guys saw. And I'm dead. Or not. Oh yeah, I forgot. In normal mode, pitfalls don't kill you, they just force you to respawn. Well, they take away a piece of your health and respawn you at the last platform that you stepped on, like the last solid platform. Ow. Oh no. I won't say the enemy placement is Dark Souls level, but it's pretty annoying. And yes, this game does encourage you to go through the game normally, but there are ways for you to speedrun it. I'm just messing up terribly. Like I said, I haven't played this game in a while, and I'm playing with PC controls, keyboard controls, so please bear with me. Challenge gate. What a challenge gate does is, if you complete the challenge within it, you have the chance to get a random armor part. Some zones have flee, some zones have kill all the enemies. Flee is where you try to get away from that storm of flappies, which is what they're called. They're just bats. They're robotic bats, basically. And if you can manage to get away from them and get to the end like this, you'll be given a gold box with a random armor part. And lucky me, I just got the Dracopin's Fang. What that does is makes your next shot a charge shot as well. So technically you get a double charge shot. Which is really helpful in my opinion, considering Nina doesn't really do as much damage as the other two characters. I don't know about Hawk because I've never downloaded her, but for those of you who do, and those of you who are able to experience fighting as Hawk, and you want to share info, please let me know. The reason I want to make these videos is because I want to record myself playing games to the best of my ability, but at the same time trying to help players who are just starting out or need help in general. And here is one of those sections where you can start exploring rather than going through the main game line, or rather the main platforming areas. Ugh, crap. I never said I was good at this game. Ow. There we go. Oh wow, I didn't know this. I did not know that was a part of the update. I'm dead. No, I'm not. One thing I recommend for new players is, just like in the Mega Man and Mega Man X games where the charge shot was available off the bat, always charge up a shot before you advance. Holy moly. In the game shop, there are power-ups that you can buy that are permanent from this little cat guy here. That's how my health and energy bars are so high, despite them, or rather, that's how they're not exactly default. Shops like this allow you to buy more power-ups for the in-game currency. Nuts. They can also allow you to buy items to heal yourself right here. Normally the items give a pretty good description of what they do. And this game is a lot of this about risk return. So it's your choice to do whatever you'd like in this game. So what I think of it as is a Mega Man game with a little bit of Binding of Isaac mixed in, because in Binding of Isaac, from what I've heard, I've never played it, is a game where you explore different dungeons with different room setups, and in each floor of a dungeon you can find bosses, mobs, and treasure chests that also give you items randomly. This game does something similar in that the levels are somewhat randomized and you find items tucked away in different areas just by exploring. This slot machine uses tokens, which is like an orange coin that I had in the bottom left corner above the nuts. But normally they'd give you, well, not normally, but because it's RNG, they can give you anything from nuts to health to energy to armor pieces like this. Dashing fires a powerful blast? Oh, they changed it. In the older updates of this game, the Ox Jack helmet, which is what I have right now, the Ox Jack can used to create, well, it used to make the dash last less, like it made the dash a bit faster, but now they made it so that it fires a shot after each dash, but it's not really every dash. See what I mean? I still prefer the Dragapent Fang, simply because it gives me extra damage when I need it, so I can fire my charge shots a little bit slower. Oh, ow. I see what I mean? See, that's my only problem with the spread shot, it's reduced damage now. Although it does help with clearing with crowd control, as long as you fire it in the right direction. I screwed up. Holy crap. There we go. Yeah, each of the bosses have their own unique quirks, unique attacks, and unique stages. That boss, in my opinion, is one of the most annoying. Ooh, this is a good item. When you're using those machines that are like, that give you health and energy, you have a chance to save the nuts that you use. It's 1 out of 2. But it helps. You'll see what I mean when I actually use it. Mandatory that you only have exactly 1 little fun. Wow. These scientists aren't very nice to the player. I'll be honest. Alrighty. The Shade Spur. A jagged crystal inherits your momentum to smash foes. Basically, however quickly you're moving, that's how quickly the projectile moves. Like so. See? Now, I forgot to explain this little doohickey here. The save and quit function allows you literally to save and quit the game, which I want to save at the very least. By doing that, it returns you to the title screen, but by hitting continue, you start off right where you left off last time. Okay, which boss should I go after next? Each boss has its own quirks the farther they are along, because there are, like in Mega Man games, well, Mega Man X anyway, I don't know about the original Mega Man, there are 8 bosses to go against, all randomized, with randomized stages too. And after that you end up going through sort of a gauntlet at end game rather, which again is randomized. Every level you go through in this game is randomized, from enemy placement to platforming. Oh, a blue lander. This would have been helpful if I got it late game, but I can use it. Ooh, I didn't know there was a platform back there. Now I really wish I had the ability to shoot through walls just like in the original Mega Man X. Okay. There was nothing up there, that was not worth it. Oh, this ought to be fun. Luckily, you don't die from getting squished, just like in Mega Man X. I screw up. Made it. Ooh, yes. This helps. But if you get that item late game, it may not help as much as I say it will, because what it does, it literally increases your run speed. If you get multiple of those, have fun trying to get Sonic speed through a game that you're not supposed to run at Sonic speed through. But it may help with this. And if you've got an itchy trigger finger, it'll really help. See, I'm firing a lot faster than I would with a controller, which I'm kind of enjoying. Oh ho ho ho, hey! I missed you, Mr. Double Jump. Now all I'm missing from the Dracopen set is the arms. They're called augments, but I like to call them armor parts. That's what I'm used to. They're called core augments because they're literally augmentations to the character's body, or core, hence the name. Now, from what I remember, each armor set has its own specific color to it as well, so I may be able to remember the abilities by color code. Oh, dead. From what I remember, the green set, which I think is the Hawk, not the Hawk set, but the Owl Hawk is the name of the core set. The Owl Hawk set reduces the amount of energy you use on powers like the Shade Spur that I have. Like the boss powers, basically. No, enemy, really? Oh, I forgot that double jump existed! Rip mouth. Oh! Yeah, as you progress through the game, the enemy placement and trap placement gets progressively harder. There you go, see? I just used the vending machine and it didn't cost me a thing. But that's a 1 in 3 chance. 1 in 2 chance, sorry. Alright, boss number 2. I haven't used any energy yet, so I should be okay. Same thing with health. And my clear time is looking well. Blech. Looking good, excuse me. I'm sorry I skipped the first 2 bosses' intros. That's mainly because I'm too used to skipping ahead. Oh! Oh! Oh, I forgot he does this. Oh! Older updates of this game, when you defeat a boss, the screen will go white, just like in Mega Man X, while they were exploding. And the item I just picked up increases my energy by a crap ton. I just forgot to do that. And in the pause menu, you can see every single augment that you picked up, from core augments to power-ups like these. Oh wait, I forgot to explain this. The Volunteer is a bit of an unsafe item in my opinion. Because the very safe labs are sort of like, let's say I'm not sure how to describe it with using another game's terms, but the way I can describe it myself is that the very safe labs are locations that you can get a really nice item for, or get a really bad item for. They're like a luck of the draw, because what they do is they give you augments that are high risk, high reward. I'll be getting this Boomerang plate just because. Trades attack damage for energy, HP, and power damage. I think I'll pass on that. May as well save and quit just to be safe. Don't want to lose my progress. Alright. As far as I know, I now have 3 of the 4 Dracopen pieces. And these are the next 3 bosses. This is the guy I'm talking about named Kerr, who was weak to that machine gun at the beginning of the game. That Vera weapon. I haven't really gotten a chance to showcase the powers yet, but eventually I will. Because normally I don't use them unless absolutely necessary. Okay! Dang, they picked up the difficulty on this game. Oh! Ow. Ow. Why the... Oh boy. This is what I mean by the difficulty ramping up. Things get a lot harder in terms of platforming alone. But having certain armor abilities really helps in that you can skip certain sections without much of a problem. Ugh. Okay, that doesn't help. Really? Why are you there? Oh. apologize for the moments of silence. It's just, it takes a lot of concentration for me to play through this game. Ow. There I go. Okay. Just to be safe, so I know that I didn't skip anything. Because there are times in this game that I play where I'll skip areas that are extra, but might have a good item tucked away. More of this, and I'm dead. Rip my health. Nothing over there. Oof. There goes that token. If ever you guys seem to miss anything in the video, feel free to pause and rewind. I don't mind if you do. If anything, it's a part of the learning process for this game. Hey! Luck of the draw. Looks like I didn't get any extra items or power-ups. Oh well. If I had went for that token, I could have used it here, but I don't have anything. Extreme poverty detected, see? Alright. Kerr's not that hard a boss in my opinion, it's just you have to know what he does and when. It's the same for a number of the other bosses. Oi. Just barely missing me by a pixel there. Ow. Did not see that coming? Oh. Well, I did, but I didn't react fast enough. Yeah. And here's where things get a little annoying. If you charge up a shot, you could probably hit him if you're using his regular end buster. Oh. Ow. I'm dead. Oh man, I have to play this in some more. Ow. Alright. This is bad. What is this? Twinify's future repros. Ooh. Repros are those little items, the little helper bots that I found before. Thank God a health boost. And health. Whew. Keep your eyes peeled for bonus augs. Set up the next build with peeled eyes. Got it. I hate these scientists. You guys will soon see why. Seems like they've added a number of nice items since the last time I played. Alright. Oof. This guy's power-up is useful, but this boss is more annoying. I'll go with this one. I think I'll make this my last boss for the night. Next time I record, I'll be continuing what I have, unless I die here. Yes, if you die, you reset the progress of your run. This game forces you to complete the entirety of the story in a single run. Ooh, an armor pickup. In this game, armor is available as a pickup and provides you with a little extra health and prevents you from flinching. Which in my opinion is absolutely necessary if you want to make it through the game on higher difficulties. Simply because you take a lot more damage. Okay, these little shields here will prevent those bugs from latching onto you for too long, like that. Oh! And I was facing the wrong way. There goes both my charge shots again. More nuts, alright. Useful. Damn it, there goes my arm. Ow. Also, I forgot to mention that the dash jump mechanic also applies to when you have a double jump. See? It's hard to see because of the background, but... See? Oh! See what I mean? The game allows you to explore different areas, and gives you some good items as a result, if you're explorative. Ooh, max energy at start. That'll be useful. Oh! Ah, you're the one that was giving everybody shields, eh? Well. Again. Rip my arm. Yep. There we go, soldiers. Oh. More exploration, leading to absolutely nothing. Also, little Easter egg. I love these. I didn't get any tokens again, so no point in trying to activate this thing. What I wish I had was the power of where if you pick up health items, you have a chance of converting them into armor. Visage. Vile Visage. Nightmare Fuel. Toho Nightmare Fuel. Many people know about Toho now. Also, a feature I forgot to mention about Nina, her charge shots, if they kill an enemy, pierce through. Oh, hello, Ow, 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 ow. Oh, great. I'm not gonna get the clear bonus for this one. I know that. Yep, there goes the clear bonus. Oh, man. Enough! Zookeeper's Zeal. I never really understood this, but I think it makes the repros act a little bit faster. Yep. There goes the speed bonus. This is like a... It's like a... If any of you have ever played Into the Gungeon, it's like a blank. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna call it a night here. But hey, this is my first video, as you may already know from seeing it. I think my channel's name is Saki. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm stupid for that. But hey, if you liked the video, please feel free to like it, share it with friends, subscribe, and I recommend you check out this game because for me, especially as a Mega Man fan, seeing as how Mega Man X hasn't made a comeback in a while, even with the legendary collections, I feel like X hasn't really updated himself much. So playing this is like a throwback to me. But anyway, that's it for now. I can't believe I made this long a video for my first video. I'm just hoping it doesn't turn viewers off. But yeah, this is Yuki from the channel named Saki, which I'm planning to change because, again, this is a channel in progress, and hopefully I'll be able to put out more content. But for now, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you liked it, leave a like. If you want, you can subscribe. I don't mind if you don't. But please, share with friends this game, and share my video with other people as well. I may not be the best gamer, but I'm gonna try hard to impress you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again. Until next time.